Don't you love those shows where people improve their living space or flip houses, right? Since Houston's housing market is among the top in the nation, we thought we'd share which home improvements can get you the best return on your dollar. The easiest thing to do is to make sure your home shows well. Do the colors appeal to a wide group of potential buyers? Does the house feel roomy or is it cluttered? Is it airy and bright or dark and gloomy? All those things can mean thousands of dollars lost or thousands of dollars gained. That's why realtors and home builders hire people to stage homes. And here with the tricks of the trade, please welcome interior designer and former contestant from HGTV star, Abby Vasek. Hello there. It's so funny how people sometimes really underestimate that when we buy a home, it's not just the stats that we see on paper, but people buy what feels good to them, looks good to them.
Absolutely. All of our decisions are made in a part of our brain that doesn't even understand language or statistics. It's a gut reaction.
Yeah.
In the first 15 seconds that you walk in, you either know this feels good, I want it, or not.
Yeah. Sometimes it can be a really one feature in the house that sets it apart. Other times it's just that the house flows well.
Oh, no, absolutely. If I can move through the space and I can feel, if I can begin to imagine myself being in this place, that's where you're getting your buyers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And it's so personal, too. I can, when you go into stage homes, I can imagine some of the push me, pull me type things you go through. It's like, well, no, I love my home. Well, that was 1962. That was great. It's like, and I hope my mom's not watching right now, but, she recently sold her home. She goes, I love the avocado green. And green is great, but that one from there was just a little bit different.
Right. Almost always a home needs a little bit of updating. And I think oftentimes you need somebody to do it with you, to help you, because of that very reason we're attached to our own things.
Yeah. Okay, so a home sells 67% faster or for 17% more than an unstaged home. So, they say empty houses,
It's not, an empty home is difficult to sell, and that's one of the reasons that I brought all these beautiful plants here today. We'll get into that, I know, a little bit more.
Yeah.
But it is so true. We have got to make the home feel warm and feel inviting. And when you're trying to sell your home, the last thing you want to do is invest in that home more.
Right.
I get it.
Right.
I get it. You want out, you're done. But it's that final stretch, just that final stretch in the race, and if you can just invest a little bit more. It's not
and make
every
sure
day
people,
that
when
you're
they walk
selling
through the
a home,
they don't feel like it's a home that somebody else lives in, but one that they could live in.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So pick up your dirty drawers off the floor.
Girl, at least, right?
I've been in that house before. I was like, we were stepping around stuff, and I'm like going, okay, I'm going to knock $5,000 off for that. Okay, okay. So let's talk about something like even something as simple as a home office, especially if you have an extra bedroom that people can imagine the room being used for something else.
Okay, for instance, if I'm walking through a room and they say you get 6 minutes in a home, normally they'll walk right through. I'll walk right past this home office and never really imagine myself doing anything in that space. Now look at it.
And look how easy that was. That's not a lot of stuff there. It just has the symbols of that home office.
In home staging, it's not about a lot of stuff. We're trying to make it almost feel like a vacation rental. Easily, beautifully decorated, but enough that it entices me to walk into that space.
And place your own stuff in your head.
Exactly. Oh, exactly. The moment you can get them sitting behind that desk and they begin imagining, oh, okay, what if?
Yeah. How many of y'all have been to the model homes and you walk through and you go, now this is where Aunt Edna's Victrola can go. That'll look great right there. Yes, you're putting your clothes in the closet, aren't you? Okay, open concept floor plans are bigger now than ever before. We used to compartmentalize, and you would never see Mama cooking in the kitchen because there's a big old wall there. But now, open concept.
It's the trend, but the thing about that's so difficult is that without the furniture in place, it's very difficult to imagine,
a big room.
How do I use this space? It's this huge, wide open space. We've got to show people this is how you use it so that they can begin imagining the process of using it. Look at that. Okay, these are these beautiful photographs. I mean, home staging is the #1 career poised for the most growth. There's incredible home stagers that are out there.
Yeah.
This is By Design Home Staging out of San Antonio. They do a beautiful job. Look at that.
Yeah, and what I love about this is that you have some bold color in there, but it's not something that turns people off. So there's an art to doing something that's kind of neutral, but not really.
No, thank you so much. We want some punches of color. We definitely do. But we're trying to appeal to the broadest audience. And these home stagers they're trained. It's not so much about decorating and picking out, personalizing your home.
Right.
We are depersonalizing and making it, again, just appealing to the masses.
I remember I sold the home. I sold the home once, and I took out all of our family pictures. I had George Clooney in there, Denzel Washington, Oprah Winfrey. gluten-free. Of course, that's what sold the house. She had Dear Debra. It was so nice meeting you. They loved it. The people, they commented to the realtor. They went, she knows Oprah, really?
Really?
Yeah. So thanks, Oprah. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. In this market here in Houston, we have a whole lot of the condos, the mid-rises, the high-rises, all that type of thing. So that's kind of a different style of decorating in some of those as well.
It is. And you'll see, okay, for instance, in this condo right here, it's so much about it is lighting and editing. Every single piece in that room is a beautiful piece of furniture, but it's just too much and not enough light.
Yeah.
Light makes us feel happy. Light is.
Oh wow!
Look, look at the difference. Go around and put high voltage daylight bulbs in every fixture you can. Get as much uplight, natural lighting, and edit that furniture.
Yeah, because before I was stubbing my toe on stuff, but now...
Exactly. And look at those beautiful plants in there everywhere you go. Guys, can I talk for just a moment about
plants
for all occasions?
Oh, yes.
Every time I come to Houston, I just always freak out because I love all of your resources. You have incredible resources, and this is my new favorite because they can do any sort of custom, floral, beautiful things, and they're that thing that warms up a space or makes it feel alive.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah, because and like looking at all these
whether it's alive or not, it makes it feel alive.
Because a few years ago we had live plants, and then we went to all these kind of crazy florals where people looked and said, "Nature does not make that right there."
Right.
We're going crazy, and now we're back to they can be artificial, but they look more real. So the technology's gotten better in making them.
It has. It has gotten so good where they feel so natural, and especially say you're in a vacant home, a vacant staging, and you don't want to come through with a ton of furniture. I get it. The minimum I always say is get some music in there because music fills the room and sets a tone in what would otherwise feel like a vacant, dead
Girl,
space.
I have
You know about the music.
playing in the bedroom.
Don't you set in the
Yes,
tone.
Oprah and Luther sold my house.
Boom, chicka boom.
But yeah, so these beautiful florals that we have here, the succulents, but again, the florals are simpler than they were before.
Yes, we're going for very simple, beautiful, I love the succulents. I think you can't go wrong with a gorgeous succulent. Put it on the center, and it just says there is life in here, and that's what you're trying to do, right? You want to breathe life into the
Especially
space.
if you have the house on the market, you're not there, you don't have to maintain the plants.
Oh,
so
that's the other big thing.
Yeah.
I work with a lot of realtors, and I'm always telling them, they go, well, I can't go buy them water all the time, and that's when I say, just invest in a few beautiful synthetic palms, or the fiddle leaf fig, this one in the back.
Oh, that's cool.
It is the plant of the year right now. I mean, it is flying off all the shelves. It's in all the magazines. It's this fiddle leaf fig. It is so gorgeous. And look at the way it sometimes you have an awkward space in a room, like maybe you've got a hard corner.
You can't put any furniture in there.
Exactly. But it needs something. Voila, that's the plant.
Yes,
it just
there it is. Right there.
Softens that edge and fills it up.
All right, color splash walls. Okay, that's probably the easiest way to make a difference in a room, but there's ways to manipulate even that color that you have on the wall.
Yes, okay. I love a good splash wall. I definitely do, whether it's wallpaper or a big punch of color. An accent wall, exactly. And the only thing is it tends to sometimes make a home feel a little bit choppy. It breaks things up. And not everybody wants that bright teal or bright red.
See what you did here? Just a couple of hues down, or
we mellowed it out to a beautiful tan, or not me, by design did it. And they made the space feel continuous. Talk about that flow. You were talking about the flow. We just want it to feel smooth and easy. I don't want anything that's going to have someone if someone says, ooh, that's not me.
Yeah.
You lost them.
And all it is paint. So sometimes people can't see that all it is paint.
People can't see it. Speaking of, Deborah, do you know that only 10% of the population can see anything different than what you show them?
Get out of town.
Only 10%. I know it's hard because you're a visionary.
Okay.
This girl's always, you see it and you have to do it because you've already seen it in your mind. But most people, they see what you show them, and that's all.
Yeah, they're like, well, I don't like that, so I can't buy the whole house.
Okay. I'm over it.
The dining room. We are coming back to the dining room table in this country like never before.
Yes, we are. Those
an important
family
spot.
values, we want to gather together. And it is. When I walk into that home, I want to know, where are we going to be? We spend all our time in the kitchen. I mean, we just do. So, for instance, look at this kitchen. This dining room. It had some very outdated wallpaper all across it. It feels dark in there. We just need to update it. We really do, and simplify it. Again, with a nice neutral, a tan, a gray. You really can't go wrong. And The other thing I love about working with an accredited home stager is that they have the ability, they know how to draw your eye to increase the perceived value, whether that's to draw your eye up, or it's to draw your eye to the focal point generally.
Or away from flaws. Yeah.
Ain't that the truth?
Ain't that the truth? There you go, sister. I love this one right here. All right, listing agents can provide a home staging consultation, and you can find qualified home stagers, and a Real Estate Staging Association has a group as well. So
it's becoming such a trend. If you ask your real estate agent if they do home staging, and more oftentimes than not, if they're with it, they're offering it, and they're going to pay for that first consultation, actually.
All right, I think Abby and I are going to go do it. Just call us. We'll come to your place, and we'll set it up.
We'd love to. We like design, don't we?
Thank you very much. It's always fun having you here. For more information on Abby by Design, and for all occasions plural, log on to our site at greatdayhouston.com. It's like we loved her on HGTV Stars. She was so awesome. Okay. Today on Facebook, what is one change you have made to a room that surprisingly made a huge difference? Of course, paint is probably the #1 thing that can make the biggest impact. Sometimes it's as simple as a new comforter for your bed, or even a new rug, because that way you can get all those patterns in there, and that can like set the stage for changing up a room. So what small change have you done in a room that makes a big difference? Okay, so this is a comforter, or the punch of yellow on the thing, and then the rug, and just all that type of stuff. And yeah, so you just throw some stuff on there and make a difference, right? Now, is this where pattern mixing is going right or going wrong, Abby?
I'm going to say I love it. I love it. Because we've got two bold but different patterns. I've got a larger pattern mixed with a smaller pattern.
Yeah. Okay. Now, what about this Mohawk plant?
Oh, yeah, what about that, huh?
What about the Mohawk plant?
This Mohawk plant. I want this hairdo, can we? Y'all, I swear, for all occasions, they ain't messing around. They can do,
well, I just say so much for the chia. Yeah, forget the chia plant. I'm on the Mohawk plant right here. So I love it. Thank you. Okay, well, we'll share some of your comments about what you did in your house a little bit later on in the show. Want to increase the value of your home? The top improvements that will give you the most bang for your buck when we come back. We're talking breaking out the hammer and nails now.